Yeah, no baterias.
Welcome back, everyone, to Football No Filter. I am your host, Bruno Track. We are back after 2 weeks. We've been watching the Euros, and we have a lot to say about what's going on. So, before I start, we got my special guests slash co-hosts, Mr. Calculator himself, not because he works at a bank, but it's because of other reasons, and Urnato Transinger's Letra. How you guys
That's
doing?
right. From the shore. From the shore.
How you guys doing?
What up? How's everybody doing?
All right, so let's go right into it. I mean, Portugal was able to slip by, sneak in. They did their minimum, which was pass the group, which I think we all had them passing the group. Maybe I'm the one that was the one that said that they weren't going to get out of the group, and it wasn't by much that they got out. Um, I'll start with you, George. What'd you think? Because I know Nelson has a lot to say.
The group stage?
Yeah,
No, look, I think. Look, I think we had an okay game against Hungary, and we always have a hard time with the teams that close in their defensive end and try to block our plays. But again, today Hungary showed against Germany that how much that strategy can work against other teams. So we did a really good job at in games against Hungary and against those teams. I think we all know that the hardest thing to do is score the first goal. After you score the first goal, everything becomes easier. And then against Germany, I just think it was a really bad it was a really bad showing. I don't think it was the fault of the players. I think it was the fault of the coach. The coach, I think he's in this situation where he finds himself with way too much talent, and he really doesn't know what to do with it. I think putting Tartarugas 2.0 in the midfield. I think everybody sees that can be putting William and Danilo in the center mid. It just doesn't work. William Carvalho, for example, he ran a total of 5.3 kilometers in a game against Germany, which is I think in some games I think a goalie might run more than William Carvalho ran against Germany. Joke. I think the midfielders has to be Padinha has to start. I can't believe that Padinha is not playing, and I think Renato Sanchez has to start on the right side of the midfield. I think Bruno Fernandes was a no-show the first two games. Got in today in the second half and had a good showing. And then today against France, look, we scored the 1-0. I think we were robbed in the first penalty. I don't think that's a penalty at all. But overall, I think we did. We came from behind. With the 2-1, we were behind 2-1. Came back and we tied it 2-2. So Pena not being able to beat France and go into the next round in second place, which would I mean I don't know if it would really eliminate
No,
us.
it would have been first place. Actually, it would have been first place if you beat France.
If we would have won, if we would have beat France.
Yeah, because Germany tied. So yes.
China, yes.
So it makes no difference.
It makes no difference. Yeah, it would have still been the same thing. But I think I'm happy. I'm happy that we went through. I think like a friend of mine said today to me. I think Portugal always has the hard part is getting to the next stage. I think as the tournaments go on, Portugal usually gets stronger. And now Fernando Sanchez has seen a lot of players play. I think you should have a better idea of who starts in that midfield. I think that midfield is the key to our success going forward. It's getting the right players in the right positions and leaving Tartarugas 2.0 in the bench. That's my take.
Nelson, that was a great summary, by the way, George. But I got to hear Nelson because Nelson was going off right before we went on the air. I know he has a lot to say. Nelson, please take it away. The show is now yours.
So first, I'll say this: like George mentioned, William Carvalho ran 5.3 kilometers, and that little kid that was missing in Portugal ran 10 kilometers. So that alone just shows you. I mean, that kid was able to run further than fucking William Carvalho. You know what I mean? That just shows you everything.
That's double.
Now, game by game. Contra Hungria. As soon as I saw the starting lineup, I was shaking my head right away. How can a team with the players of the caliber of Portugal, supposedly we have the top players pretty much at every position, on the team. How can we go into that game playing defensively? Com dois trincos. How can we do that? And then in the last 10 minutes, when the game is tied, like always, that's when we're rushing, that's when we're running, that's when we make the subs. I mean, this guy waited till like the 65th minute to make a sub. I just don't get it. I don't understand how we go into that game like com William e com Danilo jogar ao mesmo tempo. I don't understand that. I'll never understand that. A horrible game. Listen, losing Cancelo and losing and Nuno Mendes not playing either, it hurts a lot. I think our wing backs are horrible. I mean, I don't like Guerrero anymore. I thought he was good, but he's really not that good. And Semedo, he's a fucking mess. So that game was horrible. The final score does not indicate what we went through in the game. The German game, like the first game wasn't bad enough, he does the same exact thing. Listen, we were up 1-0, but technically Germany could have been up already 2 or 3 by the time we were up 1-0. We were up 1-0, and then, I mean, listen, if you told somebody Portugal scored 4 goals, hit the bar once, hit the post once, how many did they win by? No, we lost by 2, but it could have been more. You know what I mean? We just played horrible. Even Bernardo is not coming back to help at all. He's not coming back. Honestly, Rafa, every time he comes in, he plays a lot better than Bernardo is doing. Jota, he's greedy as shit. Doesn't pass the ball when he has a chance to pass the ball. Bruno Fernandes looked horrible in the first 2 games. But how can Bruno Fernandes look good when the guys behind him are William and Danilo? We passed the ball backwards more than we passed the ball forward. There was plays that I was watching the game and I was screaming at whoever was next to me. I was like, listen, we already passed midfield. I guarantee you Rui Patricio is going to get that ball in the next 10 seconds. And we would come all the way back to Rui Patricio. That was just a complete shit show of a game. And then today, that's what I understand. Like, we just fans. We're not coaches. And if we all can see the William and Danilo cannot play together on this national team, how can this Fernando Santos not see that? And finally, he saw it today. He took one of them out. He didn't take both of them out. He took one of them out. And he was already a different story. Renato has to start. Renato has been the best player so far for Portugal. Renato is just powerful, energy. He can dribble. He can run back. He's just been a beast of a player. And he definitely has to start. I hope he never benches him again for the rest of the tournament, whatever that means. And then, but same thing. I'm glad we got that penalty. The first penalty was for France was a fucking BS call. But at the same time, at the end of the game, there might have been a penalty that was not called. I don't know if it's outside the box. I don't know if it's inside the box. He definitely got hit. Now, it's in a way, it's unfortunate that he got hurt, and that I guess he took him out because he wasn't 100% sure about Danilo. But I'm glad Palhinha came in. I think Palhinha showed today they should be starting from day one. We talked about this before the tournament. He was the guy that had the best season out of the 3. He brings a lot of energy, and that one play was the play of the game. He makes 2 tackles on the same play and then puts the balls between Pogba's legs. That was an amazing play. I don't agree with George. I don't think Bruno Fernandes had a good game. He lost a lot of balls when he came in today again. I don't think he had a good game. And listen, and Ronaldo is old, but guess what? He's got 5 goals already. I know 3 of them are penalties, but one of them was caused by him. He's got an assist. What do you mean, George? 4 goals. Yeah, 4 goals. I'm sorry. I apologize. 4 goals.
4 PKs, 5 goals.
No, not 4 PKs, dude.
Yes, one against Hungary. One against Germany.
Oh yeah,
Two today.
four PKs. Yeah, that's right. No, Germany was not a PK, dude. What are you talking about? You're confusing the shit out of me, man. He's got 5 goals, 3 PKs. Germany was not a PK. What are you talking
No,
about?
Germany was a breakaway. That's
Yeah,
shit.
all right. So he's got 5 goals, 1 assist. Yeah, he's old, but even in the second half, like when we were down to 1, right on the next play, that header that he missed, but the guy was in the air for like 5 seconds. No other player in our team would even come close to getting to that ball. So you cannot get him out. I think Jota needs to come out. I think give Felix a chance, give Andres Silva a chance.
Damn, what the hell's wrong with you? You're changing teams, dude.
I'm just saying, like, Jota had a decent game, had a
That's
decent
Silva.
day, but I'm sorry, like he's too greedy. He doesn't pass the ball when the guys have clear breakaways. He makes bad decisions, and Moutinho had a good game. I enjoyed watching Moutinho today. Like he's a smart player. Listen, he's not young, but he's a smart player. He has good vision. He has a good reading of the game. So I'm okay with the midfield being, Palhinha, Renato, and Moutinho. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? But I think we need to make changes. I'm not enjoying Bernardo. I'm not enjoying Jota. And the defense, I mean, Semedo got hurt. Maybe that's a good sign, even though Delo did nothing for the under 21. But maybe that's a good sign that this guy got hurt. Maybe that's what we needed to move forward. But we have a tough road ahead, guys. I mean, we got Belgium. After Belgium, we got either Italy or Austria, most likely Italy. After that, we got either France or Spain. That's just to make it to the final.
Easy, piece of cake.
And then in the final, because the other side of the bracket is so weak, in the final, most likely will be
Portugal, Germany.
England or Germany.
Portugal, Germany.
And if it's England, it's going to be England in Wembley from 1966. England in Wembley in front of 65,000 fans. So listen, it's not easy for any team from the top side of the bracket where we located. But Fernando Santos, here's what pisses me off even more. Going into the next round just meant that Fernando Santos is staying for the World Cup of next year, if we make it there. This guy is just going to get another contract extension, and this guy is a horrible fucking coach, dude. Horrible coach. I don't know what anybody sees in this guy. He doesn't know how he won in 2016. You don't know. I don't know. And this guy is going to stay for the World Cup, dude. And it's a shame that we have amazing players, and we got a fucking guy. We have a Ferrari, and we have a guy that can even ride a bicycle.
Scolari with this team would
God. Oh my God. If we played beautiful soccer in 2004 with Scolari and in 2006 when we made it to the semis of the World Cup, what would Scolari do with this fucking team? But no, we stuck with this guy, and we're going to be stuck with this guy for a couple more years, guys. So get ready for more shitty soccer coming from Portugal.
Well, you guys said a lot today already, and then we've been in 11 minutes in. So I'm going to give you my piece. Game against Hungary, I thought they were very fortunate to get 3 goals in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They played horrible. I just don't like the William Danilo. I understand why he did it. He wanted big, robust guys in the middle that can win a lot of balls against a physical Hungarian team. That's still not the place to do it because they're going to sit back anyway and defend and try to play for the counterattack. He got lucky. And it only proved his theory that it worked. And I knew that he was going to take it to Germany and they were going to get clapped, and that's exactly what happened. They got clapped. It was 4. It could have been 6. It could have been 8. It could have been more. And again, he went with William Carvalho, Danilo, horrible. Bernardo Silva looks off. I just don't think he's a winger in this system. He's a winger in Manchester City, but not here. Different players in Manchester City. They might run the same formation, but the tactics are a little different, and it's just not for him. Jota looks very off, and I think there has to be a change there. I read somewhere that someone said they should push Ronaldo to the winger. Ronaldo can't be a winger, brother. Maybe 5 years ago, not now. It's just not going to happen. And then lastly, and today they got kind of lucky. He went with the Renato Sainz, and I thought, again, a lot of people are not talking about this guy, was Moutinho. Moutinho brings balance between Danilo, and he brings balance with Renato, because he does a lot of the dirty work that most people don't watch. And he brings balance. When you got a guy that's a pendulum and he brings balance against a guy that's very physical, high motor like Renato, and Danilo, who's just going to sit back and just going to try to win balls, now you got a nice midfield. I personally, against Belgium, wouldn't touch that. Let those three guys play because they played well. Actually, let me rephrase that. I still think you could probably still make a change, which is swap Danilo out, put in Padinha as the center defensive mid. Yes, I probably would do that. Other positions have to change. I'm going to be very curious to see what he's going to do with Smitho now. Who's going to replace him? Pep right now is on fire. Ruben Diaz has been a little bit exposed in some plays. Today he got a little exposed. Left back, I'm sorry, Guerrero is just a hole. And if we play Germany again, oh my Lord, it's going to be a bloodbath. And the question, the most questionable decision that I have about Fernando Santos is, you have the second top goal scorer in the Bundesliga behind some guy called Lewandowski, and you can't get on the field. It amazes me, but I don't know what's going on.
I mean, Bruno, the formation would have to change a little bit. I get that. We would have to play 4-4-2. You know what I mean? Which I'm fine with, by the way. I'm fine with him playing next to Ronaldo. I'm fine with that.
Well, but Ronaldo wouldn't play next to him, and that's the thing. That's what Andres Silva brings to the table, is that Andres Silva becomes the 9, and Ronaldo becomes the free man up front, and he can come from the left, he could come from the right, he could come whichever way, and that's exactly what he likes. That's why he did great at Real Madrid with Benzema, and didn't do so well at Juventus because he doesn't have that player there. So that's what Andres Silva brings to the table.
And I'm okay with that. I like Andres Silva. The kid should get a chance for sure. I mean, you don't score that many goals in Germany if you suck. That's for sure.
You said it all, though. I mean, let's be honest. You said it all. It's very confusing. It's very confusing. I don't understand why there's not reporters that can ask him those type of questions, because it doesn't seem like they want to ask him those questions that everyone is thinking. I don't know if they are pre-prepared questions that they can ask him, but I would like to know. I'd like to talk to him about. I mean, a soccer guy that wants to understand tactics. I look at the games a little differently than maybe the average fan, but I don't understand why he's going with some of those guys like Bruno Fernandes. I mean, it seems like they're forcing him on the field, and it's like he's not in tune right now with his midfield.
No.
And I think it's time for him to sit the bench and bring on somebody else.
Well, and he did. He sat on the bench today.
And does he?
When he came in, it was horrible.
No, but leave him there, not bring him back on. Just leave him there for a game or two.
And does Fernando Santos know how to play another formation? That's my thing, because against Germany, and I tell you something, against Belgium, we're gonna have a hard time. To me,
Germany, I would almost play with 3 center backs.
No,
and then,
that's exactly what I was gonna say right now. And against Belgium, I would do the same thing with Lukaku. You got to be careful with Belgium. Do meio campo para frente, do meio campo para trás. It's another story. But against Germany, Portugal has the perfect squad. You take out Fernando Santos, you put Ruben Amorim there, who's a specialist at playing with the three fullback, and you give him these players, dude. I don't know, man. I think he would kill it. I think he would kill it.
I'm gonna say another thing. I don't. Everyone is kind of a little worried about Belgium. I am not worried about Belgium. Portugal has their number. Portugal to Belgium is what Germany is to Portugal, or what Spain is to Portugal, what France is to Portugal, or what Italy is to Portugal. Portugal's going to beat them all the time. That's it. It's like Holland. It's like Belgium. It's like Denmark. It's like Sweden. They're going to have their number.
I do tell you something, Bruno. If I see the lineup on Sunday and he has 2 Trincos on the team, I'm done. I don't think I'm even watching the game, dude.
I think he's got to have 2 Trincos on the team with De Bruyne and Lukaku and stuff like that. He just has to have the right players on the midfield. It's not, he just has to have the right ones.
I just hope Nuno Mendes is back so Nuno Mendes can play and fucking Guerrero go on the bench. But he won't bench Guerrero. You know that, right? You know he's not going to bench.
But look, we're going to have that. I was talking again in the morning with someone. We're going to have this problem on the wings with anybody that we'll put there. We're short and we're offensive minded. We're short and we're offensive minded. And when we're short and we're offensive minded on this laterais, right? You need somebody in the middle that can actually run and cover open spaces. And Renato Sanchez does that. Palhinha does that. Danilo and Carvalho can't do that. Like we need somebody that's our Kante. We need somebody that's our Makelele. When Roberto Carlos was playing for Real Madrid, and Roberto Carlos was more of a freaking meio-campista than defender. Who came to cover his space in when Real Madrid lost the ball? Makelele. What does Kante do for Chelsea? Same exact thing. We need somebody that does that when we lose the ball attacking, because when we're attacking, most of the times our right defender or our left defender or both are out of position. So when there's a transition, that's where we get killed. So we need somebody that can run, like Bruno was saying. Moutinho, he's old, but he runs and he plays smart and he knows how to get to the space that needs to be covered.
The accuracy of his passes.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's with the ball. I'm talking about more without the ball than with the ball.
Okay.
Then play 3 fullbacks and play Nuno Mendes in front of them in the left and play Dalot in front of them in the right.
I don't think you have to change the formation against Belgium.
And you get the extra player on the midfield.
Exactly.
Against Belgium, you don't have to change the formation. You can keep it as is. It's not a problem.
I think so too. I think we'd be Belgium. I agree with you there.
I don't think that Belgium is an issue. It's when you go advanced after that. Italy is going to be a massive problem for them to break down. You thought it was hard to break down Hungary. Forget Italy. They're going to have a really hard time. This Italian team is very difficult to break down.
Well, they have.
I'm not worried about Italy. Italy ain't going nowhere.
You know they haven't allowed a goal in over 1,000 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Who have they
by
played?
the way, they are undefeated in the last 29 games or 30 games, something like that.
11 games with Mancini, but who have they played?
Listen, Turkey was hot when they got into the Euros, so but they froze them out. Who else did they get? Did they play the Ukraine? I can't remember.
I don't even know. No, they played.
No, but I'm saying even before the Euro, who have they played?
No,
they really haven't played anybody.
Listen, bud, that's going to be a tough one. Italy is not a.
Listen, 11 games without over 1,000 minutes without allowing a goal. I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy.
Wales. They played Wales and they played Switzerland.
Yeah, and they whooped on everybody.
Yeah, they did whip ass. So I mean, I think Wales was the team that gave them the most problems, if I can remember correctly.
It was, and even like that they lost. And technically, I mean, Italy was already qualified too, so they made a lot of subs.
Yeah, well, but that's what happens when you win your first 2 games. You can do that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Belgium is an issue. I think Italy is going to be a massive problem. And I don't think that we have the solution on the bench, meaning the coach, to break them down.
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, Mancini runs circles against Fernando Santos. Are you crazy?
So now, what do you guys think of the penalty today? Because I have a lot to say about that. I'm not talking about the first one on Danilo. Was it a penalty? Yes or no?
On
The
Semedo?
first one?
on Danilo. Yes.
Oh, on the Nilo.
Was it a hell yeah? It was a penalty.
I know where you're going with this. You're going to the Porto game. I know
Claro.
exactly where you're going with
Exactly.
this. It's totally different play.
No, it's not.
It is, because one was in Portugal and this one was not.
Ah, tá bom.
Listen, if this was Porto playing, I would say no penalty. Since it's Portugal, it's definitely a penalty.
Ah, tá bom.
Either way, it's a penalty. He's out of the small box.
It's definitely a penalty.
He's out of the small box.
I know he touches the ball first. Well, Danilo.
He doesn't touch
touches
the ball first. He doesn't touch the ball first.
Danilo touches the ball first, then he touches
Yeah,
the
look-
ball, and then he smacks Danilo.
Yeah. Lodi doesn't touch the ball first. The player, the offensive player, touches the ball first.
I know,
and he's
that's what I
out
meant.
of the little box.
What I meant was Danilo touches, then he touches the ball first before he makes contact. But yes, it's a clear penalty. I mean, there's no question about it.
The only thing I question to the guys that have said back in December or February, whenever that happened with Nanu, how they adamantly said that this was not a penalty on Nanu, and now they come and they say, "Oh no, today was definitely a penalty." I don't understand your criteria. Then how can you say that one was a penalty and the other one's not?
There were both penalties.
Michael-
penalties. I mean, simple as that.
Michael is saying that Danilo doesn't touch the ball first. He touches it by
It does.
a long while. He touches
He
the
does.
ball first.
Honestly, I think I'm going to side a little bit with Michael here. I think I remember seeing that the goalkeeper actually touches the ball first.
He doesn't, Bruno.
Nope,
Danilo,
never.
O Danilo desvia a bola pouquinho. O Danilo desvia a bola. E quando o Danilo desvia a bola, that's when the goalie comes out like this, and he grasps the ball and he fucking punches him right in the face.
Yeah, I mean that was now the second penalty, which was the penalty on
Semedo.
Mbappe. I thought that was a very weak.
That was a como é que se diz? Para compensar, uma compensação.
compensation.
So
Yeah.
I have a different take on that one. First of all, it's a bullshit penalty. It's definitely not a penalty. However, at the same time, Semedo sees the ball go completely over him. I mean, the ball is like a mile above their head. Why even put your arm out? Why even do that?
Right.
Why? Why even take a chance? Especially when you know fucking Spanish refs don't like us. You know? Why even take that chance when the ball is 3 miles over your head? Just let the guy go. He wants to go, let him go. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
I have your answer. Smitho, I don't know if you know this, Nelson, but Smitho, he has a lot of hair appointments, and he was thinking about his hair appointment.
Probably. You're probably right. He's just lost right now, man. Semedo is completely lost.
I never thought that.
I'm watching the PK now. I'm watching the PK now. Lloris doesn't even touch the ball.
He does
Danilo
touch
doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Watching it right now.
All right. Well, going back to the Smitho, I remember I had a lot of arguments with guys saying that Smitho was going to be the next best right back in the world when he was coming out of Benfica and when he signed with Barcelona. I always thought that he was very limited, and it's starting to show. He was a major hole in England for Wolves. A lot of the goals came his way. I don't understand why he's on this team. There could be an argument that who you going to call. I mean, we could think of maybe one or two guys that could have been called, but it is what it is. That's just a difference of opinion.
If he was that good, Barcelona wouldn't let him go. Simple as that.
Thank you. That's exactly my thought. If he was good, Barcelona will not let him go. But
Barcelona's let a lot of players good that are good.
the only one you can probably argue that George that statement is Suarez.
And don't compare the age though.
They've let go Henry. They've let go Ibrahimovic. They let go Ronaldinho Gaúcho when he could still play. They let go Deco when he could still play. Come on, there's so many.
There's a couple of guys, but Smitho was. Remember, he was a lot younger than any of those guys that you mentioned.
And not only that, those guys that you mentioned were all way
World
better
class.
than Semedo. I mean, it's not even close. I mean,
World
Doesn't
class
matter.
players.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're world-class players.
He's just
Bellini-
lost right now. The guy. Don't get me wrong. He actually played a lot better today than, which is not saying much. He played a lot better today than he played against Germany. But I mean, I think it was impossible to play worse. So.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you. I heard you guys analyzing the Germany game. There's really not much to say other than this: Germany was just better in every aspect, and Franz got completely outcoached.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
There's nothing you can say about that. It's the same thing that happened in the Euro 21 final. That coach completely outcoached Rui Jorge, and that's it. We have no argument. We cannot beat Germany. Portugal cannot beat Germany. That's it.
No,
It's
not with a
once in
coach
a
like
while.
that. Not with that formation, that's for sure.
And not with those players. Not that with that lineup, not with those players. It's just not happening. And then you want to sit back against Germany?
Germany, against Germany, we did the hardest thing that we could possibly have done, which is go ahead in the score
Early.
1-0.
Yep.
When you go up in the score 1-0, and Portugal does this a lot with a lot of teams, but especially against the big teams, we just fall back. We just sit back. And you can't sit back. You got to keep the ball away from your half. You got to attack. The best defense is attacking.
Listen, not only that, Ruben Dias on goal, I get it. He's battling the guy. He really puts his foot there. He has no chance. He's trying to cut the ball. That one goes in. I forgive that one. The Ruben Guerreiro one, when he's by himself and he fucking blasts it into the net. Are you kidding me, dude?
Foi grande golo.
Foi grande goal. I mean, the guy's by himself. He actually has time to stop the ball, turn it around, kick it out. Or you know what? Let it go between your legs because there's nobody next to you. But for you to blast it straight into the net, I mean, that's just like a brain fart, dude. That's not even thinking what the fuck you're doing, dude.
Well, it's going to get very complicated. I still don't think that Guerreiro should have been called to this. He's excellent going forward. I'm not gonna take that away from the kid. He's excellent going forward, but defensively, he is horrible. And I think it has a lot to do with routine because in Germany he plays as an outside mid. He doesn't have to do as much as defending as a left back. So your first function as a left back is defend versus attack.
You know who would have been perfect for this Portugal team? And I'm not just saying it because he's Benfica, but obviously he couldn't have played. But this team is perfect for an André Almeida on the right side. At least the right side, on the defensive side, it would have a tall defender that can actually defend and not as attacking minded as the rest of the team.
Listen,
you need balance.
Ricardo Pereira, Cedric Soares, any of those
They're
guys.
They're all attacking. They're all just attacking players. We have way too many of those players. You need balance.
It's still better than Semedo, dude. I'm sorry, I cannot watch this guy play.
No, I'm not arguing with you.
Quantos nomes é que chamaste o homem, pá?
Oh my God, I'm like, first of all, I thought we were playing with nobody on the right, the German game. I was like, oh shit, we have nobody on the right side. I mean, and I know Bernardo didn't come back to help. I get all that. I understand all that. But we had nobody on that right side, and people came to the defense of Semedo saying, "Oh, he was helping the fullbacks," but all these crosses to the right, to the left attacking side for Germany, he wasn't covering anybody in the middle either. So,
yeah, I was about to say, you know who actually killed Portugal that game? It wasn't any of the fullbacks. It was Gundogan. Gundogan did everything he wanted in the middle. They gave him space. He would appear between the two lines. He would have received the ball and he would just play to the left or to the right. To the left.
He was always open.
But claro, they had no answer for Gundogan.
He was always open.
You cannot leave a player like that alone. Sorry.
There was nobody in those sides. The left side was completely open. The right side was completely open. That guy Goosen, first of all, I never even heard of the guy until like a lot of these German guys I never even heard of.
He plays in Atalanta, right?
He plays in Atalanta. That guy had a monster fucking game. He did whatever the fuck he wanted to. I'm like, I just listen. But the people defending Semedo to help the fullbacks. What do you mean help the fullbacks? He was you would run to the middle and cover space. You cover
two guys. There's two guys there. But I mean, the one goal, the fourth goal, I want to say, Nelson, was the one that, or I don't know, the one with the header. I think it was wasn't that Rafa was just late on helping out?
Yeah, it was the fourth goal. Yeah.
Bronx. I mean, you know, I get that, but he was just terrible. But so was Guerrero. Guerrero
Yes.
was awful.
Yes. I
Awful.
really felt like we were playing with no right back or left back.
We're minus 3 guys. Minus
agree.
3
I agree.
all the time. Jacobo, I mean, now you're trying to play a team like Italy. Italy has balance, lots of balance. They're good defensively, very solid. Typical Italian team defensively, very sound. But now they got creativity up top, and they have efficiency. They're very efficient up top. They score goals, man. It's going to be a tough team to break down, and I don't think Portugal has the coach on the sideline to break them down.
Listen, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't think our coach can break down Sturil. So I mean, what the fuck?
Well, you came from there. You came from there.
I don't think he can break him down anymore, though.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Portuguese coaches at this Euro, I've done amazing. Paulo Sousa, home, and then this fucking clown. I mean, listen. I say thank you once again for what he did in 2016. That he doesn't know how he did it.
Do you think the League of Nations? Sorry,
and he took the League of Nations, whatever that is. I say thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. Do me a favor, get the fuck out, dude. Let somebody else go.
Well, hold on a second. Do you think that he smoked all his tobacco from this last game or no?
Yeah, I got a feeling he probably thought he was going home today. You know, so he probably did already smoke everything.
Yeah, so he might have to go the next 2 more games. They'll beat Belgium, but they're not beating Italy. There's no chance.
Listen, I still believe that we can be champs.
No.
Nobody supports Portugal more than I do, and I'll be rooting for them day in and day out. But I mean, fucking, I just can't. I cannot watch our style. I cannot watch our style of soccer. We have so many players, that can break down another team, and we just don't do it. We just don't do it. So many back passes that it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
You know, Nelson. The biggest issue that I have with this Portugal team is this. Back in the early '90s, the golden generation, we didn't have a player like Ronaldo that could score at that amount of efficiency. But we had better defenders than we do today.
And probably midfield.
Talent-wise, maybe pound for pound, if you look player to player, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, remember, you had Figo, you had Paulo Sousa. You had great players there, man.
You did. I'm not going to deny that. But, the problem is that the coaches that they did have, they would go forward. This guy is just ultra conservative, and it doesn't fit the characteristics of this team. The characteristics of this team is offensive minded, and he's playing a defensive minded game. It's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, you guys talked about it earlier in the show. You broke down the 2016. You popped up on the other side of the bracket, and it's a lot easier. When you look at the other side of the bracket, it's a breeze for England, Germany, and Holland, right? I mean, that's two out of those 3 teams are gonna be in the semifinal.
Yes, and one of them is definitely in the finals for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So,
I don't see the Ukraine or Sweden or any of those other teams. Denmark, I mean, that would be great if they did it for Ericsson, but that's not going to happen. They just don't have enough talent to match up with Holland, Germany, or England.
No.
Sadly. So it is what it is.
Ukraine, Sweden, Wales, Denmark, and
Não dá mais.
Netherlands plays another scrubby team.
Não dá mais.
No, it's horrible.
Austria's going to be. They're going to give it their all. They're going to fight to the end against Italy, but Italy's going to break them down. It's not going to be that difficult either. It's not going to be that difficult. Italy's too good right now. I think if you look at all the teams that are in the Euro, this is probably the deepest team in form in the tournament.
You guys aware that in our side of the bracket, we have 5 teams like in the top 10 of the FIFA rankings.
Well, that was the 2016 was the same thing.
It's just crazy. It's nuts.
You know what changed the whole element, the whole dynamic of this tournament was the third place.
Yes.
You're adding so many third place, it's over.
And I was praying for us to finish third place. I mean, second place.
Second.
Finish second place. Praying for that.
Oh, you can thank Hungary.
I'd makers say we're the 8th favorite team to win the Euro.
Yeah, I know that.
Wow.
Of course. I mean, look at
France is number 1. Italy, England, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and then Portugal.
Yeah. So there you go. So 4 teams from our bracket are favored above us.
Yep.
I mean, come on. That says it all. It's a tough bracket to get through. Don't get me wrong. It's a tough bracket for anybody. It's a tough bracket for Italy. It's a tough bracket for France. It's a tough bracket. I mean, if France gets through, which they should, and Spain gets through, they face in the quarterfinals, guys.
Semi.
Yeah.
Quarters.
Quarterfinals.
You sure?
That'll be the quarters. Yeah, quarters.
They face Italy in the other game.
Yeah, okay.
So think about that. France and Spain will face in the quarterfinals. So
Right now, because right now it's the round of 16. You got it.
Yep.
You look at the bracket. I mean, if you guys want to go right into the picks, we'll start with the other side of the bracket. Sweden, Ukraine. Who do you got?
Sweden.
Interesting. Renato.
I say Sweden also. Sweden 1.
I'm picking Ukraine actually in an upset. England and Germany.
Germany in a blowout.
Whoa. Okay.
I say Germany 2-0. Actually 2-1. I'm sorry.
In Wembley.
Yes. I don't think England is that good.
I think Germany's just too good, and England doesn't have enough to beat them. England is overrated.
I agree.
Netherlands. This is a tricky one. Netherlands and the Czech Republic.
I say
Czech Republic.
I say Netherlands 2-0.
I actually want to see where this game is at, because if it's in
I think it might be in Hungary or something like that.
Oh, I got it right here. Hold on.
hold on, I got it.
Baku, right? I thought it
Nuku?
was.
I don't have it here.
The fuck? I'll tell you right now. Hold on a second.
Oh, Budapest.
Budapest.
Hungary. That's what I said.
Budapest. So you got the Czech Republic and you got Holland.
I got
Czech Republic in an upset.
I got Holland as well. All right, Wales and Denmark.
Denmark.
I say Denmark in penalties.
Hey, I'll go with you on that one, Nelson. I think Denmark will beat Wales, and it might be in PKs. Okay, France and Switzerland.
France easily.
I think so too.
I think Petrovic scores 3 goals, but they all get called back for offside, and France wins 3-0.
Okay, Croatia and Spain.
Croatia.
Hey, no.
Croatia's
Okay.
too old. Spain beats them easily. Spain beats them at least 2-0.
Oh no, Croatia. No, I'm confusing with the Czech. No, I say Croatia. Croatia. The Modric, right?
Yes.
Too old.
Yeah, Croatia.
Too old.
Okay.
This ain't 2018 no more, bud.
Hey, and this ain't Spain of Iniesta and Xavi either.
They found the scoring touch today.
That's okay. They'll lose it again next game.
All right, Belgium and Portugal.
I got Belgium.
I fucking should punch you in the face right now.
No, I want Portugal to win, but I got Belgium. I don't think Portugal's good enough to beat Belgium.
I got Portugal 2-1.
I got Portugal beating them pretty handily.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Belgium, I'm telling you, Belgium's one of those teams that Portugal owns. That's it.
2-1.
No, I think it's going to be one more.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Italy, Austria.
Go ahead, George.
I think Italy wins it, but very, very, very tight game.
I think Italy will, once they score the first one, they'll be able to get the second.
I think Italy wins by at least 2 goals. At least.
I don't think those young kids will let them run through them.
Italy will beat them by 2 goals at least. 3-1, 4-2, something like that. I think that this is gonna be a tough one. Just so you know, the Belgium-Portugal game is June 27th, and that's in Sevilla.
Oh, we're playing Sevilla. Okay.
Yeah, that actually helps. We should have a lot of Portuguese people there.
You would hope, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't know how many people are allowed in that stadium still. So there was not that many people for the Spanish games.
they're not at capacity.
No, they're not. So
Italy, Austria is in London. France and Switzerland is in Bucharest. Croatia, Spain is in Copenhagen.
they'll find whores over there in Bucharest.
Hey,
And Copenhagen.
já não vinha para casa não. Croatia, Spain is in Copenhagen. Sweden and Ukraine is in Glasgow. England and Germany is in London. So I think England is the only team I think that has the ability to play every game at home.
Not every game, no. After this
Nope.
round, they will not be home.
They will be home.
I see it.
They
It
will
would
be.
home.
They will.
It would be
They
home.
will be home. They will be home, but they won't get to play away.
The only game, if they make it to the finals, the only game they won't play at home is the quarterfinals. Every other game would be at home.
No, they'll be home all their games.
Netherlands, Czech Republic will be in Budapest, and Wales and Denmark will be in Amsterdam.
Oh shit!
Ooh, Amsterdam.
Let's go.
Já vai o letra para lá.
I've been there. I love that fucking so social over there. It's awesome.
You said it's so social.
Yeah, I love going to the mall and shopping and shit.
You never liked the red so much, huh?
Oh man, it's amazing. We have 2 games left on the top bracket, right? Or 1 game left?
No,
we
that's
pick
it.
them all.
Yeah.
If Portugal advances, they play the winner of Italy and Austria in Munich,
Correct.
Damn Germans.
and there's a lot of Portuguese people in Germany.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Portuguese people anywhere we play.
I mean, we've been, Portuguese
Not in
fans are
bars.
traveling well. There's o macaco, pá. O macaco vai para todo lado.
Imagine Portugal, Spain in the semis.
It's possible.
I don't think Spain is beating France though.
I don't think so either. But
You know what I think, honestly, Nelson? I think Spain's team, if you look at it, they're not really interested in the Euro. They're building for the World Cup.
I definitely see that. I mean, listen, they got a lot of good players, man.
They have a lot of options.
They do. They got to get rid of one guy. This guy blows. I keep telling everybody.
Murata?
I wish I could suck as much as this guy and keep getting paid millions.
Murata?
Murata sucks.
Who's his agent?
Deve ser o Mendes.
no.
Because the guy sucks. The guy is fucking horrible.
Tens que arranjar gajo assim, pá.
He's a fucking Sferovic of fucking Spain. I mean, the guy is horrible. Like, I mean, even a penalty this guy misses.
Look
Who
at
scored
this.
the goals? Who scored the goals today? I didn't see it.
Not him.
Brazil just took the lead in the 90 plus 10 minute.
Against who? Chile? Chile?
Colombia.
Oh, Colombia.
Who gives a fuck about Copa America? Who the fuck watches that shit? I have not watched 1 minute of that shit.
I'll tell you, Nelson, I watch it because I scout players. It's hard.
It's hard, man. It's listen. First of all, so they have one this year. They had one in 2019. They had one in 2018. Then another one in 2016. So it's like every 2 years, then every 3 years, then every 1 year, then every 4 years. They don't even know how to fucking do that shit, dude.
It's actually supposed to be every 3 years.
But it's not. If you go look back,
It's not. It's not like that. It's not. You have 2 years. You have the Cincinnati was another year after the thing. It's stupid. It's crazy.
And then I mean, out of 10 teams, 8 of them advance. Are you serious? Why not just advance all 10?
And
Well,
then,
they'll never let a non CONCACAF team, not CONCACAF, a non CONMEBOL team win ever.
and then you have the tournament in the country with the biggest
COVID case.
cases of COVID case. Joke.
And a couple years ago, fucking Japan and Qatar were in this shit.
Well, they do that. They have two
right.
invitations every year.
How can you take this shit serious? It's fucking bullshit.
Game just ended. 90 plus 13.
Not bad.
Já parece jogo do Porto quando está a perder. Já vi isso?
Está a perder, eu não sei se é o jogo do Porto ou se é o jogo do outro.
So the quarterfinal, the round of 16 is over. If I'm not mistaken, that's over on Tuesday, right?
28, 29. Yes.
All right, so we should probably do a show either Wednesday or Thursday to go over that.
Yeah. I'll have to take my laptop. I won't be in the country, but
Where are you gonna be?
parts unknown.
No, we want to know.
Estou lixado contigo.
Olha, aperto uma
What time zone?
off the air.
What time zone?
The same time zone.
Same time zone as here?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, he's gonna
Courtney?
Caribbean.
He's gonna be in Carney and shit.
Caribbean. The Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Shit.
He's
Yeah.
going to Haiti. He's going to Haiti or he's
going
going
to
to
Haiti.
Jamaica, man.
I'm
Jamaica.
going to
man.
Haiti.
I'm just saying we should do a show before the quarterfinals.
I'll be in Haiti.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what I mean, Bruno? We should do a show before the quarterfinals, man.
Tá bom.
Oh, he takes his laptop. Yeah, yes,
I'll take it.
trabalhar essa. He'll do the show from catching the sunset from the islands
That's it. Fuck it.
with a nice rum and coke. Jamaica rum, Appletons.
Oh, shit.
Appletons.
No, I'll be in Haiti.
I'll be right back. One second.
Nah.
I'll be in Haiti.
Bruno's going to Aruba, man.
No.
You don't do Aruba?
No, I love Aruba. Aruba's great.
Never been.
Never been? You don't know what you're missing, bro. Aruba's
I've been to Curacao. Curacao is awesome.
That's my favorite island. Aruba.
Curacao? Oh, Aruba?
Aruba. I've never been to Curacao. My brother has, but I haven't.
Yeah, Curacao is awesome.
E o que é que se passa aqui agora com as seleções? Eu estou a ver aqui uma fotografia um bocado complicado.
What happened?
Just some logo that was a little strange. I never saw it that way.
Of what?
Interesting. Whatever. All right. Any news on Benfica, Jorge?
Não há dinheiro, não há news.
Well, you sold Pedrinho, right? You made your money back.
Oh yeah, you believe that?
Well, they say that the 900,000 euros you had to pay, so you might have to take a $900,000 loss on that one.
Oh yeah, so hold on, let me see. So we bought it for 18, we sold it for 18.
Right.
And both transactions they're free. There's no transfer fees, there's nothing like that.
Free is a term used loosely.
Yeah, that's what No Bunk says too.
What? No words on signings, huh?
No, I think who is it? not the Turkish player. What's the guy from Roma? The the center mid that they're looking. They're looking at the guy from Roma. They're looking at the one from the French team, and then they're looking at looks like funny enough, looks like Jorge Jesus still hasn't lost his hopes of getting Tartaruga #1 to Benfica too. After this zero,
He wants William.
he wants William, and he wants the guy. He wants Musarati from Braga.
Musrati.
I will say this. I don't think we're going to see a lot of signings before July 1st. At
Yeah, I
least
don't think so either.
I mean, Porto presented Pepe today. Well, not presented. He came in today. It seems like we didn't steal him, but Fabio Cardozo was a guy that we were able to anticipate Benfica on getting, because I think you got a new GM, Rui Pedro Braz.
Oh boy.
Which I'm actually interested to get your take on that. But we were able to anticipate. It seems like Fabio Cardoso is going to be coming in. If you want to go to his social media, he removed everything that he had of Benfica on his social media. So I think that's a pretty telling sign that he's going to be coming, which I think is a very good signing. It's a very good signing for us because we're getting a very experienced center back. And he's one of the better ones in the Portuguese league. And I think we debated on this show that he was probably one of those guys that should have at least been looked at for the Euro.
Yeah. Well, I think that was another thing that I was discussing this morning. It's like you have a lot of these players that old players, right? The players we were talking about, Danilo, William Carvalho, you got even Fonte, Pepe. Pepe is old, but you can't, he's a starter, doesn't, he's not going anywhere. But but where are the players? Where are the players that you're going to take to Qatar next year, right? Who's the backup? Who's the backup center back? Who's the who's going to be taking the place of William, of Danilo? Because I don't.
Place of that. You gotta take
William,
you gotta take Danilo. You gotta play with dois trinks na mesma.
Dude, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is next year, you have the World Cup in Qatar. Then in another year, you have another Euro. Remember? So now we had Euro this year, which is for 2020, right? So we have a World Cup next year, 2020. I'm sorry.
You don't have a Euro the following year. It's
2022.
Come on.
No, it's not. No, it's not. 2023.
No, it's not, dude. 2024.
Of course.
What are you talking about?
2024.
No, it's
I think it's in
George,
Russia.
come
right?
on, dude. It's every 4 years, George.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. The Euro, yes. Euro was in 2020, so now you're gonna have it in 2024. So you're gonna have Euro this year, 21, World Cup next year, 22, and then you only have one more year. So for 2024, a lot of these players, they're not gonna be there. You're not gonna have. So where's the backup center back? Where's Ruben Semedo? Where's Cardozo? Where's Cardozo? Fabio Cardozo? Yeah, where's the backups? You should have taken
Gonçalo Inácio.
Gonçalo Inácio. Okay, Gonçalo Inácio. But what I'm saying is they should have taken some of these players already this year.
Well, hold on, Nelson. Don't be tooting his horn yet, because there was that other guy, Quaresma, that was supposed to be like the next big thing, and he fizzled out pretty quick. And I liked him a lot. I thought that Quaresma was a very good center back.
Bragança.
I agree.
So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of the U21 kids probably taking that step, especially if Rui Jorge is named the next head coach of Portugal, which it looks like it's going to be, in my opinion.
When? Not by 2024.
Because the Fernando Santos contract runs out after the World Cup.
Of which one? 2022?
Yes.
He's still signing. He's not going to be done after 2022, dude.
Don't push him out.
I don't think so.
Why take Pedro Gonçalves?
Yes.
What reason?
Yes. No, I agree with you 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%, Nelson. It makes no sense. You hurt the U21 team.
That's what I'm saying.
I said that from the get-go that was the stupidest move because that was the guy that you needed against Germany in the final and you didn't have him.
That's what I mean. So it's like, why hurt the U21 if you know you're not going to play these guys at all?
He wasn't going to play at all.
I mean, but we cannot listen, Bruno. We cannot say. That's what I'm saying. There's no way to defend this guy as a coach. The first game, Pedrinha was in the stands. He wasn't even on the bench.
Well, we all know who the man of the match was that game, right? The first
Who?
game. João Felix.
He's been great so far. Listen, Moutinho I read it somewhere that Moutinho needed a warm bench, and he kept a warm for him. So
they said that João Flopix had a lot of influence on that, keeping the bench warm for somebody today, and it had the influence of that player on the field today. So they were saying that he was probably the man on the match today.
But don't get me wrong, Bruno. At this point, I would give him a shot over Jota. I'm not enjoying what Jota is doing, dude. I'm really not.
I can disagree there. I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot disagree. Jota is definitely uns furos abaixo.
Yeah, he really is.
I
know he had a good season at Liverpool when he was healthy. I know that. I understand all that. But listen, Liverpool is also a different team. It's also a different system.
Claro.
So,
Nelson, any signings on the Sporting side?
No, I mean, I keep reading about a couple guys here and there, but I haven't seen anything at all. I mean, I know we're not getting. I know it looks like we're not keeping João Mario because he wants a lot of money.
Artur Soares Dias been signed?
Not yet. Like that's probably in January.
Eugene Macron.
We don't need him anymore. We got Nike now.
Pois tá bem. Well done.
We got a new field. We got new seats. We got rid of the azulejos lá fora. We got rid of the boss. Oh man,
You didn't get rid of that.
We fixing it.
Yeah, that's good. That's something that should definitely be fixed.
So it's looking good. You know, when we win the Champions League this season coming up.
The Champions League.
Yeah.
The Champions
League. So much for that president that nobody liked.
Hold on. The Champions League of futsal you're talking about?
No. I mean football, man. I mean, listen. Look, I'll show you something real quick, just so you guys don't think I'm making this up. Look, it's still here and stuff because every weekend we celebrate another title. Like we keep winning shit every week. I'm not even allowed to put the shit away.
You're not, huh?
É o hockey patins, é o futsal, it's everything, one after the other, Man, já tô cansado.
Já estás cansado. All those 20 years of all wrapped up in one.
Oh man, it's been definitely a great season for sporting. That's for sure.
Hold on a second. You said you're tired of celebrating. Is that correct?
Yeah, man. I'm tired. I can't do this every year. It's too much.
Jorge, ponta aí, no teu papelinho. He's tired of celebrating.
Ontem ganhamos por 11º ano consecutivo bilhar de bolso. Like I mean, this shit is like fucking nuts, dude. 10 years in a row we won that shit, dude. 10 years. Huh? Nobody can beat us.
Oh my god.
Who was the champion? Who was the champion before?
The 10 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah.
Acho que foi o Cova da Piedade, I think. I don't even remember, but it's been so long. It was a long time ago. But we just fucking just on fire.
Esse também vai ser Liga dos Campeões do Bilhar de Bolso.
Oh yeah, that one I think we won the last 3 if I'm not mistaken.
Epa, é sério.
Oh no, this team is amazing.
Unbelievable. This was definitely the year of the lie.
It was
no. Hey, you know what, George? If you look across Europe, there was a lot of teams that ended all these like winless seasons or these droughts. So like Inter Milan, they went like 9-10 years without winning a league title. They won this year. Sporting went 19 years. Atletico Madrid ended 7 years.
Billy.
Who?
Lille.
Lille. How many years was that?
Almost as much as Sporting. I think over Sporting is 19.
Bronze. I'm trying to think of anybody else. There was a lot of teams that ended their droughts either with the league or the cup or something like that. It was something phenomenal.
Rangers in Scotland.
Rangers.
Yes, you're
yeah.
right. Yes,
Rangers,
you're right.
Yeah.
Rangers in
Yep.
Scotland. Yes.
Gerald.
That was
Gerard.
not 10 years.
Over that. I think it was over that.
That was at least 10 years.
Yep.
It's amazing. Very good, guys.
Oh, it was,
So we're gonna try next week. You'll be in your vacation, right, Nelson?
Yes.
Okay. And I know George will be right where he's at right now at his kitchen table.
I'll be in Sevilla.
You wish.
And I'll be in Haiti.
Yeah, let's do it next week. Let's see who got this right, and let's pick the quarterfinals.
Let's do it.
The quarterfinals, I told you, Portugal's already going through it. They got Belgium's number. It's not even.
O macaco agora chegou lá para puxar por eles, agora foi agora.
No, he's been there.
Has he?
Yeah,
I just saw him today.
He's been there. Ele estava de cuecas hoje.
One last question. What lineup would you guys like starting Sunday?
Patricio, Aldo Mine. Patricio, Ruben Dias, Pep. I'd switch. I'd put Mendes and Dalot. I would do Palhinha. Palhinha in the middle with João Moutinho. Renato on the right. Then on the left, the left is tough. I don't think I'd give Bruno Fernandes another shot. And then I'd put André Silva and Ronaldo up top.
You're missing one guy. You short one.
4, 8, 10, 11.
Is it?
Yeah, so the middle would be João Moutinho, Palhinha, Renato Sanches on the right, Bruno Fernandes on the left, and then I'd have André Silva and Ronaldo up top.
Who's your
4-4-2?
All right, so you're taking out Bernardo and Jota, and you're putting in who? Am I missing something?
No, you're definitely not missing. You're missing something.
Yeah,
you're missing. No, you Nelson are missing something.
So you took out. Oh, hold on. So you took out Jota. You put.
I took out Jota. I put André Silva.
Oh, that's
Okay,
got you. Okay, all right. Okay, fair enough.
How about yours?
Rui Patricio. By the way, great save by Patricio. Those 2 saves in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't matter, but it's especially the first one. That's an amazing save from that shot. Pepe, Ruben Dias, of course. If Nuno Mendes is healthy, I don't know if he is. I don't think he was healthy again today. So if he's healthy, I'd put him in. I would definitely put Dalot on the right. At middle, I would put Palhinha. I will give Moutinho another chance. He played real good today. Renato, of course. And then I would probably, I don't know, man. I'm entitled. I'm inclined to do this. I would put Felix on the left, Rafa on the right, and Ronaldo in the middle.
Rafa has been a very good sub.
Yes.
4-3. Rafa is one of those players that if he starts, he's gonna stink up the place. And when he comes in second half, when the players are half tired, he breaks everybody apart. That's my take on him.
That's what happened in the Hungary game.
Yeah.
If the Hungarian coaching staff did their homework, they would know that on the penalty that they fouled him on, he would have missed. He would have missed from 6 yards out. Why foul the guy? Burros do caraças.
But that would be my lineup.
My lineup would be Rui Patricio. I would have to say Dalot, Pep, Ruben Diaz. I would go with Nuno Mendes. If obviously I think he's healthy. I would do a diamond. I would put Palhinha. I would put Moutinho. I'd put Renato Sanches, and I would put Bernardo Silva as the 10, André Silva, and Ronaldo.
Okay.
That would be. I don't think that Bruno Fernandes would start. I think he has
Now, Bruno, since you got connections, send the recording to Fernando Santos, since he doesn't know how to make a lineup. Maybe with our three suggestions that are pretty similar, maybe that could help him.
Only if you send him Mustavac. That's when he only listens to you.
I'll fly that shit to Sevilla right
now. And from Jorge Mendes. We trick him.
Não pode ser Nelson Letra ou Jorge Fernandes, nem Bruno Ferreira, não pode ser.
Yeah, but yeah,
dude, everybody sees it. Like Nelson said, we do this just for shits and giggles, and we see it. Like, why can't somebody like him see this? It's simple.
Because there's a higher power above him.
Simple.
That's simple too.
The puppet master.
Exactly.
The puppet master. You know, the conspiracy theory is they got to play William because he has to be sold from Betis. They got to play Rafa because he has to be sold from Benfica. They got to be playing Semedo because he doesn't want to be at Wolves. And so on and so forth.
Listen, this is like the Lakers. You know, the coach just sits there. LeBron coaches the team. You know, this is a little different. Men's coaches the team, but you know, whatever.
I'm surprised that the thing that I question, Nelson, is how far is it going to take for Ronaldo to lose his mind? Because we all know that he has a lot of influence on the team. Where's the breaking point, the boiling point that he just goes off and he just starts yelling at this guy and like, all right, we can't do this no more.
I'll be honest with you. I thought he was going to be after the Germany game. I thought this guy was going to pull him aside and be like, listen, this is the lineup I want next to me for the next game, you know.
And it might have been that.
But
I think remember, it's Jorge Mendes. It's his long-time agent. It's the padrinho to his kid. You know, who says that he's not aligned with that?
Exactly. But at the same time, I'll tell you guys another thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Ronaldo is smiling too much on these games. That's usually not him. Ronaldo is usually very pissed when he's losing.
Yeah.
And if you look at the last two games,
he was very supportive today when Portugal suffered the goals.
He was
very
very
supportive. Yeah.
But he was all smiles at halftime when we were tied. He was all smiles against Germany when we were losing. He's smiling too much, man. Usually I see him more pissed when we're losing. You know?
Maybe he told Moutinho to vem cá, bate bem.
Maybe. Moutinho should play for Sporting, Villar de Bols. Vem cá, bate bem.
He might be coming back to Porto, according to rumors. I don't believe him, but
so yeah.
Um jeitinho.
I think Ronaldo has a very good relationship. So it's like it's kind of tough to go against him. But I mean, the boiling point has to be there. Like I mean, this cannot keep happening. We cannot keep putting guys on the field that do not belong on the field, and we keep doing that a lot.
There's a lot of guys that don't belong on the field, but there's a lot of guys that are on the bench that shouldn't even be there anyway.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
No, I was surprised we haven't spoken about this. I was surprised that he pulled the trigger on these substitutions really early today, and he did a lot of them. Right, he brought Ruben Neves in, he brought Sergio Oliveira in.
Why?
It was very surprising.
But why, George? Why did that happen? He was desperate.
He was desperate, yeah.
See?
So Paul's got to see. He's got to be desperate to do something out of the ordinary. Because if he wasn't desperate, it would have been William Carvalho and Danilo.
He doesn't.
I was surprised. I was surprised he didn't play with the lineup that I sent the other day. The on the midfield, Renato Sanches, Sergio Oliveira, Ruben Neves, Danilo, and William Carvalho. The 5 trinkers all at once.
he doesn't act; he reacts. That's all he does. It's always a reaction. Always a reaction. And when he
No,
made the
I
sub,
think
he was eliminated at that point. He had to make the subs.
was he? He wasn't eliminated.
We were down 2-1.
He wasn't eliminated. He had to be down by 2 goals.
No, because Germany had tied. So it was 1-1 at that point in Germany game. So we were down 2-1. We were eliminated at that point.
No, how do you figure?
Because how do I figure?
Yeah, Germany would have to lose, and Hungary have at least 3 points. Or
Hungary was winning 2-1. Hungary was winning 2-1, and we were down.
Hungary was winning 2-1. I didn't know that they were up 2-1.
So at that moment we were eliminated. We were in fourth.
Oh
place.
wow.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were up 2-1.
So Germany tied the game 1-1, and the next minute Hungary scored 2-1.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
I
Germany.
didn't know that.
Germany was down 2-1 until like the 82nd minute.
Unbelievable.
So he had to do something. Because, by the way, it was crazy because at one point we were in first place, Germany was out, and France was in second. Then all of a sudden we were in second place. And then all of a sudden we were in fourth place.
Man, I didn't know that.
We were in all the places of the group
Yes,
in the same game.
in 90 minutes.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know that Hungary was up 2-1. I was just watching.
When
I
Germany
didn't watch.
scored, when Germany tied, they took the lead again. Like
That's
right
crazy.
after.
That's crazy.
All right, boys. A
right.
minute and 14 in. We had a great show. We will be doing this next week from Haiti. And make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you send Nelson your nudes because that's what he likes to evaluate. And make sure you come back next week and we'll talk then. Until then, Forza Porto,
Go.
Pep, and Sergio Oliveira need to come home. Starts July 2nd, huh? Preseason starts July 2nd.
That's the one thing I'm enjoying about the Sporting players not play. Like, is
Boys.
but I think
Quase meio século.
I don't think Panini sees the bench.
I hope not. I hope not.
I disagree with you, Nelson.
Oh my God! If he puts him on the bench,
He's a creature of habit. That guy.
He's a hard-headed guy, man.
Oof.
He's an old style hard-headed guy.
You might have to send him some menthol cigarettes.
why can't he get?
He's-
Listen, I don't want the guy to die. That's not what I'm saying. Instead of Cancelo getting COVID, couldn't Fernando Santos got COVID?
This guy.
Why didn't we keep Cancelo? Why did we send Cancelo home?
Because it's like 3 weeks, dude.
No, it's not. It's 10 days.
10 days. Yeah, I agree.
I don't
know why
understand.
They pulled the trigger on him too fast.
It's already been 10 days.
That's what I'm saying. They sent him home though. They took him out of the list.
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't get that either.
Can you ask me? Can you answer me a question? If Ronaldo had gotten COVID, do you think they would have get him out of the list?
Boys.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I think the risk was what happens if like Nelson Semedo gets injured after the first game against Hungary. Now you got no right backs.
You don't take a backup center back.
No,
You
not
only
only,
take one.
not only that. Not only that. Like, listen, you guys seen those orange cones on the street?
Oh, one of those?
You could have started one of those against Germany. It would have been the same. Actually, would have been better. You would have stopped a couple passes. You know what I mean? What the fuck, dude? Are you kidding me?
Dude, if that happens, let's say the third game, today's game, you didn't have one. You played
No,
with
man.
three center backs.
George, not
For
even
one
that,
game.
George. Forget that, George. Look at all the players que a gente convocou do meio campo para frente. Look at all of them. It's
Yeah.
probably 70% of the team.
Yeah.
Fucking take somebody out. Deixa o Pedro Gonçalves in Portugal. Leave one of those guys in Portugal, dude. You got so many of them that they haven't even seen the field yet. So who cares?
I do not understand how you know that it's 10 days, maximum 10 days,
Which
maximum 10 days,
is the group
maximum
stage,
10 days,
group stage.
which is the group stage. You are the champions of Europe, and you have no trust that you're going to get out of the group stage, and you send out probably one of your best backs home because you have no confidence that you're going to get out of group stage. I don't
It's your
understand.
best right back
Yeah.
that was called up.
And then
Yeah.
you put a guy, and then you bring up a guy that wasn't even that good in the U21.
I liked a lot. I like him. He had a great year at Milan too.
But I'm saying he did not play good at the Euros on the U21.
But I guess his train of thought was he's the player that had the most game condition, I guess you could say, because he had played the Euro
A week ago.
a week. Yeah.
Versus
So
everybody else was 3 weeks already out. This is a good point by Nancy. I think he has to be tested negative. If it's positive, he has to re-isolate. Maybe it's that. Which I thought about that. What happens if he, after 10 days, he can't be, he's still positive? Then you're really screwed.
why are you really screwed though? Like Nelson said, you take one of these midfielders that you're not even taja com calos for these games, and you go get a Ricardo Pereira or you go get somebody else.
I agree, man. I agree.
I mean, come on.
I'll tell you one thing. If Ricardo Pereira was there, he probably would have played already today, starting today.
And he can play right and left back.
That's what
Exactly.
I'm saying. I'm
Exactly.
very surprised that's not the guy you went to get. I brought up his name at the beginning of the show. I think if that guy was there, he should have started today. I don't even think Smith should have started today over him. I don't think Smith should have started over the lot today either, but that's whatever.
Bom, já estás na cama. Good night, Nelson.
Good night, guys.
Jorge, we see you next week. Until then, fans, ciao Laura.
Charlotte.
As armas.
Ciao.